Yes, good evening, everyone. Today is a Tuesday. We are lucky to have a very nice panelist, Mr. Kiplimo, all the way from Marakwet, representing the whole Rift Valley region, and Mr. Miguda. Mr. Kiplimo, where have you been? Long time. You've not been
Long
seen.
time, Marco Bura. Thank you
Uli,
for welcoming me again.
ulitupotelea wapi bwana?
Nimekuwa napanga penye tuna occupy State House.
Oh, okay. Asante sana. Before I give you time to say hi to our viewers, let me take this opportunity to invite all our followers to this session, and we are much grateful that everyone will be watching this. May you find grace, and may you find something in it that will help us going forward. So, Mr. Kiplima, maybe I'll give you time to say hi to our viewers, and then we'll proceed. Oh, yeah, okay, just proceed. They already know you.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show.
Our viewers are saying they really miss you. Meaning you're a celeb in this channel. That's nice.
Thanks.
Okay, Mr.
Pleasure to see you again.
Mr. Miguda, say hi to the viewers.
Pastor.
Hello to our viewers. Hello, Mr. Kiplimo. It's been long, but it's good you are back.
Long
Hello
time.
to Judith. Hapo kwa viewers.
Okay, thank you. So straight to the discussion of today. We have a series of issues that I would like us to talk about. I can see our friend Sam Jakagwen is also in the background. The comment, Mr. Sam.
Say hello to Sam Jakangwena.
Sam Jakungwena, receive our greetings. Judy, thank you for always being with us, and all of you are watching today. So the issues that we wanted to discuss today are one. We've seen the appointment of cabinet secretaries. The president's proceeding with that, where we saw today he appointed the AG. So we'll talk about that. And again, we've also seen the DP, the truthful man. The truthful man is saying that some people are fighting him. We'd also talk about that. We're not so sure what the president and his fellows are planning for the DP. We'll tackle that. And then we've also seen that the Secretary General of the UDA, the party that is governing, it has started having issues, and the first casualty that was shown the door today was one Cleo Malala. And again, the other day we saw the Gen Zs, the Register of Political Parties and the RITU refused that the naming of Gen Z Party was not in accordance with the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. And for that reason, they were denied the opportunity to continue with the political party registration. So those are among the issues that we'll be looking into. First, I would like to hear from you, Mr. Kiplimo. The president is in a journey of uniting the people of Kenya. He said it sometimes back that he's planning on implementing or coming up with a government that is inclusive, a government that is a broad-based, a government that comprises of both the opposition and the ruling party. Out of that, we've seen the appointment of senior politicians in the opposition party, that is ODM. we saw the appointment of the 2 deputy party leaders, the former governor of Kakamega, and also the former governor of Mombasa. We also saw the appointment of the chairman of the Odm party, together with the minority leader, Opiyo Wandayi. This is coming at a point where the opposition party, that is the Azimio, and the parties comprising of it, they've been having issues right, left, and center. They're accusing ODM of hijacking the whole thing. The Gen Zs are also accusing the ODM of hijacking the whole process. They're saying that the ODM waited for them to go to the street, for them to be killed. And then when the negotiation was called, it's them who ran to the table. And then they've come out with 4 positions. So there's so much when it comes to the broad-based government. And it is so many people are not very happy with it. Maybe Kiplima, just want to hear your take. What's your whole view of what the president termed as a broad-based government? As we've seen it as well, being termed the opposition party leader, that is the Raila Amolo Odinga, is also preaching the same gospel. What's your take on that? Is it really a broad-based government as they are saying it?
Thank you, Mark. Absolutely, it's not about broad-based government, but it's about 2027 political realignment. So the names keep changing. 2008, we named it Nusumkate. Then Uru government, we named it Handshake. Now we call it broad-based government. And what has led to this broad-based government? This has come as a result of civil unrest, because the youth of this country have complained about the bad governance in place over the 2 years that Ruto took power. Then how can you, from the issues that the youth raised, we never complained about regional balance from the cabinet. The demands were very clear. We told the president to dissolve the cabinet and bring men and women of integrity, people who are professional and ready to deliver the job. But what have you seen? You have seen the same people who are accused, the likes of Murkomen, who are accused of opulence. They are back to the cabinet. And particular, the Minister of the Youth Affairs, the same youth who are complaining about Murkomen. What does the president communicate to the youth of this country? Then, when you bring in the likes of Obaranya, the president himself issued an executive order that civil servants above the age of 60 should leave the public service with immediate effect. So the problem in this country, we have a dishonest leadership, starting from the presidency. Because the other time you saw, he was saying there is no more church fundraise. Barely 1 week, he went to Nyandaro and he promised to build a church. And in relation to the public service executive order that no one above the age of 60 should. And then now you see the appointing people over the age of 60. So this shows that the president is not committed, is not serious about the issues that were raised by the youth, but is now paying attention towards 2027 elections. And even John Batty himself, during the vetting of the first cabinet, he said William Ruto has brought this 2027 lineup. So he should tell us now whether he's he has accepted to join the Ruto 2027 lineup for political ambition.
Okay, Mr.
So
Mr.
it is
Kiplimo,
totally out of order to say that.
before I let Miguda come in, I wanted to ask you this
Yes.
question. You come from Rift Valley and you've been on the ground. What is the perception of the people? What are the reactions of the people on the ground, especially after the president nominated or reappointed the cabinet secretaries, the likes of Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, David Sirchir? What are the people saying? Are they really happy with that, or they wanted the president to appoint some other professionals from Rift Valley? What was the perception of the people? Did they welcome the move by the president? You can go ahead.
Marco Bura. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Continue.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. You are too far from your phone. Can you put it a bit closer so that we get
You know, this
clear?
thing is no longer about Rift Valley. Yes.
Just move
The
close
issue
to
now
your
is
phone.
not about Rift Valley.
Yes, yes. Okay. Proceed.
Hello.
Yes, you can hear you.
You're
Just
getting me?
continue. Yes, yes.
I'm
Proceed. We
telling
can hear
you, is it is now about the mood of the country, no longer about the issue to do with Rift Valley. So generally, people are not happy about the appointments, and we are waiting Parliament for another time to restore trust upon the public that they are now independent from the executive. But the panel which is there, the likes of Ijungwa, Sholei, Naomi Shaban, completely destroy the integrity of the parliament. So that those are the people who are telling the Kenyans, when Raila says right, we go to right. When Ruto say right, we go to right or left. So we are expecting all those who have been appointed by the president to go through the vetting process.
you.
So
Okay.
generally, across the country, people are not happy about the appointments.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kiplimo. To our viewers, if any one of you is interested in joining the conversation, I can share with you the link so that you join. We hear from you as well. So I'll just share the link. If any one of you wants to join, you're highly welcomed. I'm sharing the link here. You can join and be part of the conversation. Mr. Miguda, what's your take on what the president of the opposition party called the broad-based government? Is it really broad-based as per the wording that they're using?
First, actually, it is a broad-based government, yeah, according to my analysis tonight. But I want to disagree with the president and Odinga that they have actualized their formations at the expense of Gen Z's protest. Because after my analysis, our viewers will say that I'm still with Odinga. First, I want to be very clear. I'm not in ODM, I'm not in UDA, I'm partyless. I'm a Gen Z. I believe that Odinga and Ruto have hijacked our protests to form broad-based government. Why is it that it is a broad-based government? According to my analysis, I want to look at it in realistic school of thought, because my co-panelists has looked at it in an historical perspective. In a realist perspective, why is it that it's a broad-based government? You know, the people who have been appointed in the cabinet secretaries, for instance, let's take some few examples. In the previous elections, there were some communities, more so the marginalized communities, were not involved in the cabinet formations. So I believe that through ODM and UDA formations, people like John Mbadi is coming from minority Soba, Treasury. The current AG, Dorcas Oduor, she's coming from Kano, Kisumu County. If you look at Kisumu County, in the devolved function of government, you find that the governor is from Seme, senator from Nyakach, deputy governor from Nyakach, women rep from Kisumu West. But Kano were misplaced in the county government of Kisumu. It was that let us bring Kano to the executive. If you go to Siaya, the governor is from Ugenya, senator is from Bondo, and the former governor is from Alego Usonga, and the Ugunja people were marginalized in that county, so they have been brought to the executive. Even if you go to Oma Bay, Wanga is from Rangwe, and the deputy is from Krachwonyo, Mbadi is from Suba. So the Suba were marginalized in that county. If you want to look at even the current the so-called Beatrice is from Turkana. So according to Odinga, the people who are marginalized in his counties have been represented in executive. Come to National Assembly, the majority leader is from Kikuyu, my majority whip, Kisii, budget chair from Muranga. So they have seen that they should change this leadership. So according to Raila, in his broad-based government, or according to William Ruto, they have considered those marginalized group or tribes or regions according to Odinga's counties. You see, I've given you a very analytical perspective on the realistic formations of these groups. Because Odinga saw it that I've been given opportunity to engage Ruto. What should I do? Let me consider my counties, but let me bring those people who are marginalized in the county formation. If you go to Migori County, that formation of Odinga, governor is from Sakwa Awendo, deputy governor is from Kuria, senator is from Uriri, women rep is from Nyatike. Then speaker of the county assembly is from Sona, and first lady, the wife to governor, is from Kamagambo Rongo. So according to Odinga, he wants that formation whereby all regions are represented in the county level. If not in the county level, he has tried to bring them at the executive. If you go to the names that were submitted by Odinga to president, those names are coming from regions which are marginalized ethnically or tribe or region. At their county levels, they are not represented, those people. So Odinga has seen that let me bring my people at that level who are marginalized. So if you look at your analysis, it is more of a broad-based government whereby marginalized people have been brought to the executive. For instance, since independence, leave alone laws, there have never been any Suba minister. There was no any Ugunja minister. So Raila, it is more of a broad base in terms of ethnic balance on the marginalized community in our country. So according to my analysis, it is more of broad based on ethnic balance on the marginalized group. But I must be on record that the formation has been formalized under the expense of Gen Z protest, and that's why we are planning for Nane Nane. But the broad-based government, they have actualized it. Yeah, that's my take.
Very well, thank you. I can see Mr.
Obura,
Kiplimo has a different.
I want to, yeah.
Yeah, you can proceed, Mr. Kiplimo.
I'm not in agreement with what my friend has said. And to be candid and honest, Ruto has just appointed key political players. It is nothing about regional representation, because all of the four of them are the ODM pickwicks. The two, it cannot be by accident that he has appointed two ODM deputy parties leaders. Another one is the chairman of ODM. So you see, it is a well planned. It's a well planned. It's a well planned plan. Yes, because my friend, if you tell me that Raila appointed Mbadi because Suba are marginalized, Mbadi was already having a job in parliament. So if that was the case, we could have another Suba, because Mbadi has left another job, going for another job, which could have employed another Kenyan who is jobless. Because I have seen the CV for Mbadi is a certified public accountant, which is fit for the job. And let me tell you, Ruto has laid a trap for ODM, because the ministries that has given out to ODM are the critical ministries, treasury and energy. So the problems Kenyans are facing is about the issue of petroleum and issue of people having money in their pockets. So at the end of the day, are you going to blame William Ruto, or you will just bring the card back to ODM that who was in charge of treasury? And what will you say? You will say John Batty, who is a representative of ODM. If there will be an increase in fuel, the former Kunja MP, Opio Ondai, is the CS for, it will be the CS for energy. So it will be now a blame game. So I beg even ODM, those nominees should review their positions before even they take that job, because they are sacrificial lambs in a failed system of government.
Okay, thank you, my panelist. Today we also saw it actually didn't start today. We've seen the issue of impeachment of the deputy president. There is this rumor that this plan was planned, that this issue of impeachment was planned in a house of one of the nominees, or the cabinet secretary nominee house here in Nairobi. And it is being said that there is a possibility that the close allies of the deputy president were the one financing the demonstration that was being led by the young people. Today we saw that among his staffs, the people who are called to give or to say what they know. And we've also seen that two members of parliament were also summoned. And this has caused political differences in the Mount Kenya and even in the Republic of Kenya. We've seen some members of parliament from Mount Kenya really protecting the DP. We saw them saying that they're being targeted as a community. And I want to ask you this, Mr. Megoda. Do you really think that the deputy president is being targeted, according to the statement of some members of parliament from the Mount Kenya? And why do you think some people want him out?
Okay, I'm responding very fast. To my co-panelist, Kiplimo, not that I agree with the broad-based government, I was trying to frame it out how Ruto and Raila are viewing it. According to them, that's their formation. But in the real sense, they've appointed their friends, their close allies to those positions. So they are viewing it on that perspective, Odinga and Ruto, but not me. Me, I've never been supporter of any one of them. So coming to your question, Makobura, I think Deputy President Mr. Rigiji is not only being targeted, but also is the man to watch against Ruto in the coming competition. Why am I saying so? We have said in this channel most of our time that William Ruto will never forgive Rigiji. Similarly, Rigiji will never forgive William Ruto. These are enemies. They will battle it out. You know, Rigiji aid, the three aides for Deputy President Rigiji, they were arrested. I think they were taken to EACC for some statement so that they can write down some statement. Rigiji, their war with Ruto has been postponed. It has been suspended. They will fight one day, not today, not tomorrow, not even these shenanigans going around. What is currently going on, which I could have said, is that the government want to divert our attention, the Gen Z's attention. They want us to focus on Rigiji. They want us to put our attention on Rigiji. They want us to put our attention on the impeachment of the deputy president. They want us to focus on Rigiji sponsoring protests so that we can lose sight on the vetting for the current CS, and we can lose sight on the nane. The same government tried to divert our attention that there was conflict between Rigiji and Ruto before the finance bill. So they wanted us to focus on Rigiji and Ruto war for us to lose sight on the finance bill. But they failed. Why? All the dramas for Rigiji, even carrying a suitcase into the airport, KQ, boarding, so that those all dramas, they ended because the finance bill was rejected by parliament. So currently, they have another strategy. They want us to focus on Rigiji impeachment, on Rigiji sponsoring protest. At the same government said that the protest is being funded by Ford, is being funded by Uhuru Kenyatta, is being funded by homeless people. So today they are funded that it is Rigiji. These guys are trying to divert our attention. We are focused. Nane, we will be out. We are very focused. We will follow the vetting for the current CS. We are starting on Saturday with John Badi and on Sunday with Halias and Joe. We want to follow those vetting process to the latter. And also, currently, we are preparing our relatives, our cousins, our friends from the village. They are coming to Nairobi. We are going to accommodate them. We are going to give them food. We are going to sponsor them. We will march to CBD and to set us on Nane. This time round, we are not going to relent. So we know them. They try to divert our attention with these impeachment things, with these things of Rigiji. No, Rigiji is there to stay. What remains that Rigiji and William Ruto will battle it out some days in the future, not now, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. They have a war to fight, but not now. They will fight definitely. We know that one. But they've just postponed that war. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kiplimo. When the protests were going on, we saw the likes of Honorable Sudi. And they're the ones who started this conversation that the deputy president was not respecting the president. And then now we've come to this place where the issue of impeachment is now a topic that is being discussed. And the people of close allies of the deputy president are saying, no, stop targeting our man. Some are saying, stop targeting someone from Mount Kenya. Mr. Kiplimo, what's your take on this? Are they wrongfully attacking the truthful man? What's your take?
Mark, hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Proceed.
Yeah, you know, the Gen Z protest came by surprise. Our politicians are still in the past, whereby they all need politicians to mobilize people and attend protest. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Proceed.
So I'm telling you that the culture has changed. It's no longer about politicians mobilizing people to attend their rallies or the mandamano. So that is why the government is still asking itself some questions, that who funded this mandamano with over 35 counties demonstrating over the Binance bill. And you cannot convince the country that 35 counties were sponsored to go for mandamano. That is quite ridiculous and irrational. We must be realistic and live to the current. And I wanted to tell the political class, those who are in the government of William Ruto, that the youth of this country are now enlightened. We are trying to correct the mistakes that our parents and grandparents did. So they should not waste time grilling Rigathi Gachagua, imposing it as a propaganda to impeach him. It is very clear that Ruto has different preferred candidate come 2027. So they should deal their political problems aside and address the issues raised by the Kenyans. Let us not use it as a diversionary tactics, because as youth, we must remain bold and put on this cause of liberating our economy and also our political space, because we must be in the decision table come 2027 as youth of this country. It's no longer business as usual. And on the said nane, I call upon the 10 million graduates who are unemployed to rally behind this cause, and we gather in the capital city. So do you think when we have 10 million youths in the Nairobi, even the police or the KDF will overpower us? Absolutely no. So the issue of Gachagua, my friend Mikode, maybe it is about possibilities. It might be now or future. You know, now Ruto has the numbers, both from Odm and UDA. So from the provision of the constitution on impeachment of the deputy president, already they are running propaganda that is sponsored the demonstration, which is not true. We know the things that sponsored our demonstration is about good governance, corruption, the imminent corruption in the public service, lack of equal opportunities. You know, if you have a government that you must know somebody so that you get a job, that is no longer a country. That is a pyramid scheme. So we must instill social order for better tomorrow of our country. And to finish on this on the same over the impeachment process, there is urgency as it might happen, because Ruto wants to settle his political scores as soon as possible. We have been hearing Ruto might get a candidate like the governor of Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga. So don't rule out that possibility, because ODM has now ended marriage with UDA. So it's only that we are waiting for their wedding day. Yeah.
Okay. Someone would then ask that where would they would have come with this before before the revolution of the Gen Zs, because the issue of the deputy president and the president, it started long time ago. We saw them having most of time giving conflicting information to the Republic of Kenya, and that was, I think, the first time that we saw that there was starting the rift between the DP and the president was starting. And again, there's so many instances, if you can remember, when they reached the issue of shareholding. Remember, the DP was very much consistent using this wording of shareholding, and they specifically explained that the people who supported the government had a higher upper hand or a upper hand to secure employment opportunities in this government compared to those who never voted for the president. And clearly, that was a definition of what that was a practical thing of what they had done. It was actually an explanation of what they have done. They had done while doing the nomination. Because if we looked at the cabinet secretaries who are who were appointed by the president immediately they got into power, it was not really reflecting the face of the Republic of Kenya. All the cabinet secretaries who were appointed were close allies of the president. Majority of them had actually helped him to secure the presidential seat. And this is where the people started having a problem with the government in place. And again, this is where the DP, I think sometimes if he calls himself a truthful man, at times I do see him as a truthful man, because the president in one way or another was trying to blindfold the people of Kenya that the appointment that he made was really representing the face of the republic, until the DP came out and told us very well that you should not expect anything unless you voted for this government. And clearly that is what the president did. So I think the truthful man immediately started saying the truth. Then the president started having an issue with him, and the close allies of the president started having an issue with him. And again, when the revolution also started, we've seen instances where he has been siding with the youths. At times he tells them, okay, we understand you, but just give us time. But if you hear the comments of the president comes out and tells people not to go. So we've been seeing conflicting information from this government. Presidency comprises of the president and the deputy. They should speak in one language. The other day, when the president issued a statement, when the young people were out of street demonstrating, the deputy also issued a different press. It was also in a different press, talking about different things, and that's a clear information to us as a people that the two are not drinking from one pot. So as a country, we have to get concerned that the moment we elect people who are getting, or whose purpose, or the people who are being united by different ideologies, they'll never work together. That is what we are seeing in this presidency. Two people having different thinking, different mentality, it can never work. And so maybe before I go to another question, if any one of you has something to say on the issue of Gachagua, the impeachment, and the talkings that you're seeing among their close allies.
Marco Bura.
Yes, you can proceed.
Let me respond to you directly. You had asked why this thing did happen before that. So from the matrix, Ruto could not achieve anything to do with impeachment, because even the Raila side was embracing what the deputy was going through. Yes, if you saw even most recently after the signing of the IBC bill, the constitution of IBC, the gestures between this this MP from Sune, Junet Mohammed and Gachagua. So there was excitement that maybe Gachagua in near future might join them. But now we have one enemy. Ruto are now ally with Ruto, with Raila. So Gachagua has been left alone. He has been accused that he has only 4 MPs. He has been accused that he's a tribal from then his utterances. And from the onset, Raila, Gachagua was not pro finance bill. If you could ask Gachagua from honest point of view, he would tell you, reject this thing. You remember he was saying, listen to the crown. Listen to the crown. I like listening to the crown. It was a coded message to the president that the finance bill was what? Was unpopular. But the problem we have a president who is not listening. Just a thumping president that he must pass it the way it is. But because Kenyans were furious and they decided to storm the parliament, then president, so it is not a joke. The next day, they were going to occupy the state house. By all means. So I want to thank the Gen Zs because they have defined the politics of this country and going way forward. That should be the way to go.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Megude, do you really think that the revolution that was being driven by the young people, the Gen Zs, do you really think is what has given the people in government or even the leaders some morale to keep on now to start this issue of impeachment? Because since the ODM joined them, we've now seen them coming out very boldly speaking about the issue of impeachment. But again, if we've been the way I've been following some shows where members of parliament are being invited, that is in Citizen, I saw the senator of Makwene, that's Wakili Dan Maanzo. He said very well that since the revolution started, the members of parliament, as much as they've been remote controlled by their party leaders, after this demonstration that we saw, after the young people invading the parliament, he said that majority of members of parliament have started thinking, making decisions by themselves because they know the power of the people. They know that the people can take back the power that they have. Do you really think, with the relationship that the UDA or the ruling party has with the ODM, do you really think, being that they have the majority of members of parliament, this issue of impeachment, do you really think it can go through?
I don't know why you have refused to agree with him that there's no impeachment here. William Ruto and Rigiji, these are allies and they are enemies. These are future opponents. Both of them are very clear in their ambitions. One want to do 2 terms, one to be a president. That is Rigiji. But let me tell you, Rigiji, these are 2 people in the same coalition, the same formation, speaking different language. Everybody has been saying that William Ruto is a liar. If he's not lying, he's flying. But Rigiji has always maintained that he's a truthful man. So, if Rigiji is truthful man, who is not truthful man? Definitely Ruto is not truthful man. So these people have been fighting each other. It is William Ruto who told Rigiji to say that this government belongs to the shareholders. It is Ruto who told Rigiji to put traps for Raila in the State House. And it's Ruto who told Rigiji that tell your MPs that they should not go to other constituencies. They should be in their constituencies. And Ruto has been responding to Rigiji. He told Rigiji that the issue of shareholder, that is primitive and backwardness. He has been responding to Rigiji that an MP, Parliament is National Assembly. You are not only representing your people at your local area. You have to legislate nationally and oversight nationally. So if you are a member of Parliament, you must move across the country, you see. So it is Ruto who has been telling Rigiji to say these things, and it is Ruto who has been counter Rigiji. So these people are opponents. Rigiji is just fighting within. Ruto is fighting within. So if you are in war, you must use all your tools. So impeachment is part of the tool. Because if I can ask you, why are they bringing impeachment for Rigiji? Is there any gross misconduct? Is there any violation of constitutional human rights for Rigiji? They are purporting that Rigiji has opposed finance bill in the cabinet meeting. What is wrong with opposing finance bill? You don't need to agree, all of you. I have my opinion. So if I don't, I differ with your opinion, you want to impeach me. That is rubbish. These guys are future opponents. William Ruto and Rigiji, these are opponents in politics. So Rigiji has just decided to fight within because William Ruto has been plotting with the young Mount Kenyans how they can replace Rigiji come 2027. What is wrong when Rigiji is also strategizing on how to take power 2027? So when Ruto is plotting to continue working for second term, it is good. But wherever Rigiji is plotting on how to change Ruto, they want to impeach Rigiji. If they want to impeach Rigiji, they should impeach everybody. Let that impeachment motion come with the Rigiji and Ruto. Let them impeach, because Ruto and Rigiji, they were voted in one ballot. So if they want to bring an impeachment motion, let them impeach both Rigiji and Ruto, because both Rigiji and Ruto, they have been double speakers. It is Ruto who has been responding to Rigiji, and Rigiji has been attacking Ruto. The other time Rigiji said that when he looks forward, you see a lot of darkness. Ruto said that no, do not prophesy for us darkness. So the impact of ODM coming to merge with UDA to impeach Rigiji, these are tools William Ruto is using in this war to fight Rigiji. So I know they will fight, but this impeachment motion, according to me, is just one of the diversionary tactics. I don't believe in it. If it must come in Parliament, let us impeach both William Ruto and Rigiji. Let us not spare one, because we are saying Ruto must go, and they are asking us, if Ruto goes, Rigiji will take over. And we are saying, no, they will go, all of them. Today, they're telling us they want to impeach Rigiji to maintain Ruto. We're also saying, no, let's bring that impeachment for all of them, both Rigiji and William Ruto. So I don't think if this impeachment will work out well, because these people are just playing politics.
Okay, fine. So suppose I've heard your comments, Mr. Migoda. You're saying that this is a tactic that these guys are using to confuse the people of the Republic of Kenya. But then my question to you is, do you think if it's a tactic, do you think it is the right time to come up with this issue of impeachment, bearing in mind that the country is still going through a lot, the young people are still consistently fighting for their rights, there's a lot of instability politically. We've seen that political class are fighting each other. Those who are still remaining in Azimio are having a different opinion. Even those in ODM who joined the government, some of them are still having an opposing view. Do you really think, if, according to your statement, if it is a diversionary tactic, the president would, they would come up with this impeachment thing at this time? Because remember, the president still has a series of issues that he needs to put in place. And among these are those that were presented by the young people. The young people want to see an appointment that is reflecting the people, the face of the Republic of Kenya. The young people want to see a leadership that is competent. The young people does not want to see a parliament that is corrupt. parliament that is captured by the state or the executive. The young people wants to see that all the three arms of the government are all doing their role according to what the constitution dictates. So my question to you, do you really think it is the right time, or is it, why would they bring it at this time? Because it is a waste of time to the people of Kenya and the young people and the whole people of the Republic of Kenya. They are now currently expecting development and expect that the government should then do their role as per the constitution, not the constitution's. Maybe you can give your thought on that, and then Kiplimo would come in.
Makobura, tea is sweet every day. So as politics is sweet every day. You can't postpone time in politics. Every move matter. Every tackle matter. So you don't need to spare time for politics because you are restructuring government or because you are making the so-called growth-based government. So you postpone your politics. Look at William Ruto right now. He's busy restructuring the cabinet, but at the same time, he's busy campaigning. He's moving across the country. So you don't need to postpone your politics because you are working for the people. Politics and delivering service to the people go hand in hand. So there's no time for him. There's no better time to bring this impeachment stuffs. There's no better time to put Rigiji on toes. This is the right time to play their politics, because right now, if they can leave it, if they can postpone their politics, Rigiji might go back and strategize and come back big and destabilize Odinga and Ruto. So by the time Odinga and Ruto are structuring the government, Rigiji must be put to his place, you see. So there is no specific time in politics that he must postpone it. No, politics is sweet every day. Politics is just like tea. You take tea every day. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, Mr. Kiplimo, your take on that. Do you really think it was the right time to come up with this impeachment issue? And again, from what we've seen, the president is also back on top of the vehicle or his car. Is claiming that he's also uniting the people. Is it right to keep telling the people that he's uniting the people, and at the same time they're trying to plan for the impeachment of the deputy president, his close allies? Do you really think that is a goodwill, or there's something that these political figures are trying to hide to the people?
Mark, you asked if it is the right time. Actually, it is the right time for Ruto to settle a future political problem. Because the problem started when Gachagua was informed that he will not be the right choice for Ruto come 2027. And also, 2022, they had to ban a midnight oil to UDA to ban midnight oil to come up with their deputy. That shows you that Gachagua was not choice for William Ruto 2022, but it was only Gachagua was used as a political object for UDA to get mathematically correct in terms of votes, because majority of the MPs were rallying behind Kithure Kindiki, but mathematically Ruto could be on the wrong side, because when you see the Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East politics, then there was fear because Martha Karua was coming from Kirinyaga. Then there was possibility for Mount Kenya West to rally behind Raila Odinga. So it is right time for Ruto to use the numbers he has received from Odm to chop off Rigathi Gachagua. And it is the Odm MPs who are telling us Gachagua is tribalist. And at the same time, they are now energized from the UDA MPs who have said the deputy president has insubordinated the president as one of the crown of impeachment. And Mikodi, you were saying we must impeach both of them. But as per the constitution, it gives a separate impeachment. Like the case of deputy, the governor deputy normally go into election as a pair. The case of governor, the deputy governor Kisii County, he was impeached successfully, and Simbarati was spared. So the same case might happen to Rigathi Gachagua. It is just a matter of wait and see when will it happen. Also, Ruto might decide to persevere with him, and he has already sent a message to Gachagua that come 2027, you do your politics, whether you will run for MCA or MP or governor, rather than deputy president. He has already given Gachagua choices. So it will be consequential actually when they impeach Gachagua. It will be consequential.
Yes, we've seen several remarks from the opposition leader. We heard Raila himself say that it is better we have, if the young people want Ruto out, then who then do they want? The argument of the prime minister was that if the young people gets Ruto out, then the deputy, that is Gachagua, will take over as the president. And then we heard Raila say that Gachagua is worse than Ruto. And the same sentiments were echoed by the nominee of Treasury, John Badi, when he differed politically with the senator of Siaya and the likes of the MPs within Odm who was opposing their move of joining Kenya Kwanza. We had Badi made very serious. He spoke very boldly, saying that it is better we have Ruto as the president. If the young people continues with this call for the president to resign, it is better we have Ruto because Gachagua is worse than the president. That was the statement of Mbadi. So this also tells you that it could be, as much as this impeachment thing is coming out, maybe it was something that was cooking within the ruling party, that is the UDA, but they just didn't have a good way to put it or to send it to the people. So I think they are now taking the advantage that the ODM has now joined, and so those who are supporting or that move, I think they've found some energy to come out and speak boldly about it, because in their minds they believe they have the numbers. But one thing that I also know with Mount Kenya is that as much as they do have political differences, I'm quite sure that they'll never let one of them, and especially the position of the deputy president, lose that seat, unless they're seriously promised that someone else from that place is going to take over. But should it happen the way they are coming or bringing it, I'm telling you, Ruto would have it tough in the Mount Kenya region. Yes, Mr. Senator.
Makobura. Hello, Mark.
Yes.
As much as we're talking the political difference in UDA, we should not assume also that the ODM is in order. You saw the likes of Babu Wino and Senator Sifuna. They distance themselves from the appointees, that the party that cannot associate themselves with those people who joined the UDA, and they demanded their resignation, immediate resignation. And also the party leader only wished them success and distance himself from as part of the parties who signed the deal. So we should discuss the future of ODM as a party now that Raila he has grown old. He has betrayed the people. who have been alluding that is in the front line for the interest of the people. But it has now come that they are now opportunists dancing on the graves of patriots who are demonstrating over their constitutional rights. So I want to urge Sifuna and Babu Wino to take over ODM. You know, ODM is not for Raila. And we want to demystify this perception that without Raila, there is no ODM. So I'm telling Babu Wino and Senator Sifuna and Orengo, you should even call for delegates meeting to remove Raila and the likes of John Badi. So that is my request. If you happen to meet Sifuna and Babu Wino, pass my message. Yeah?
Okay. On maybe Miguda, I know you have something to say about ODM. Just maybe you can say something on the wrangles that you're seeing within ODM. Because we've seen political leaders within ODM, they're having serious differences, especially the young members of parliament. They are saying that they feel that it is not the right time that ODM has joined the ruling party. According to these young members of parliament, they feel like it is a betrayal to the young people who are demonstrating, because as much as the ODM is joining the ruling party, there are serious issues that the young people had presented and has not been looked into, among which the young people are saying, we went for demonstration, some of us were killed, kindly we are seeking for justice for these people. And these are some of the things that the young politicians within ODM, the youthful politicians, they're saying it is like it's like it's like hijacking what the young people had started, a journey that had been started by the young people. So maybe what's your take, Migoda, on that, the ODM issue?
ODM, Baba has successfully managed his succession. Baba has successfully managed his succession by ensuring that two of his deputies has been appointed to the cabinet, and his long-term chairman has been appointed to the cabinet, and also his close ally Wandai into the cabinet. Baba has made sure that the party will be held. It's going to be held by Simbarati and Abdul Saban Sharif as deputy party leaders, but the position of party leader is going to remain vacant until he comes back from AU. What does that one tell you? It is Baba's way or the highway. So ODM belongs to Baba, and Baba is the sole decision maker in that party. And Baba has made a decision. If you don't want to comply with this decision, go and form your party. The likes of Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna, those are guests in ODM. ODM have his people. They know Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna, Ledama Lekina, those are guests. They will soon leave and form maybe some formations. So Baba has successfully managed his succession, and that's what he wanted. That's why he has pushed two of his deputies to the cabinet and the chairman, so he can manage these young politicians. By him going to hear you and coming back, maybe after 8 years, if you can manage 2 terms, or after 4 years, if you can manage 1 term, or if he fail, he can also be defeated. When he come back, he'll still be the owner of that ODM. And even after he's dead, he has managed his succession politics very well in that party. So the issue of UDA, Baba is dishonest. Baba has managed his succession very well in ODM. Now he has come to destroy UDA. It is Baba who told us in 2023 that Ruto must go. So 2023, Baba did not knew that when Ruto goes, Gachagua will become president. He knew that one, but told us Ruto must go. So today, when we are saying Ruto must go, he's now coming to defend Ruto that Gachagua will take over. The same Gachagua of 2023 is the same Gachagua of 2024. There's no difference. So Baba is dishonest. If Ruto must go in 2023, it is the same Ruto must go in 2024. There's no difference. So Baba has managed to successfully manage the succession politics in ODM. Is now destroying UDA because he has nothing to lose after all. Yeah.
No, shortly. But you are saying Baba has destroyed UDA. You hear about the sentiments of former governor Mombasa. He said ODM is finished. Did you hear that? So, and also the issue, Mikuda, you said something about William Ruto and Gachagua. The question of who is fooling who comes in, because some of the things Ruto is telling Gachagua to go and say, and is coming to bite him back. So Gachagua should be wise enough. Gachagua should be wise enough.
Okay, thank you. We also saw the Secretary General of UDA, one Cleophas Malala. Cleophas Malala, the people of Kenya have been having an issue with him, especially being treated as a cabinet secretary. And there are so many instances where he's been invited for interviews and he's been asked by the people, why is he being treated as a cabinet secretary? Why is he even attending cabinet secretary sessions or meetings? But then he comes out and says that him, as the Secretary General of the party, is representing the party and is ensuring that the proposal or the promises that the UDA had promised the people are followed or are implemented. That was his argument. But again, the constitution is very clear of who is supposed to attend the meetings of the cabinet, who is supposed to be sitting in those meetings. And it was unconstitutional, according to what people say, and what I also think, that Cleophas Malala was sitting in the cabinet, attending cabinet meetings unconstitutionally. And we saw him being removed today as Secretary General of UDA. And we've seen that he's been replaced by a guy called Joy Kalende. Is it? Or Kihende? Kalende. Yeah, so we saw them the other day holding a Mulembe Nation, whatever. They were calling it a unity meeting, where he was also there, led by in that meeting was the governor of Tanzania, the former CS, Mr. Ichesa, was also there, among other leaders. And from what they were trying to tell the people, he spoke not as a Secretary General. He was speaking as if, from where I see it, him being a Secretary General of UDA party is supposed to be talking issues to do with this party. But from where I see it, if I did an analysis of how he spoke, he wasn't really representing or even talking as the Secretary General. In a way, he's also opposing what the government is saying to some extent. I don't know whether he was doing that deliberately to make so that he would be accepted by the young people of that area. I'm not so sure. Maybe your take, Mr. Miguda, on what you think about the appointment of the new Secretary General of UDA, and what's your take? Has Malala done a good work as a Secretary General, and can you maybe talk about his whole behavior while he was serving in this seat of Secretary General of the UDA party?
Malala tried. While he was the SG for UDA, he really tried because we have seen Malala make some impact. Malala was making inroads in Nyanza. He was making inroads in ODM strongholds. And he was even doing elections in those strongholds. Remember, even people like Ejaka Kimba, who are Raila's long-term aide, they've come from ODM to UDA. There were elections in Nyanza, Mobe, Migori, Siaya for ODM. So he was making inroads as Secretary General. He really tried as Malala. Malala, I think he has been misplaced because Odinga has come in. He has made sure that Malala has been misplaced. There are some casualties. Moses Kuria has gone home. Aisha Juma has gone home. So Malala is one of the people who has suffered in this so-called broad-based government. it has to come with some effect. There was those who have to suffer, there are those who have to benefit. So all the people who have suffered is Cleo Malala. So Cleo Malala has lost SG for UDA, he has lost being in the cabinet. It was like Tuju, cabinet without portfolio, because he was in the decision-making table at the executive. I think this broad-based government has come with many impact. Some people have gained, some people have lost. So Malala is one of those people who have lost. But as SG for UDA, he really tried at this capacity. He tried to register new members for the party. He tried to make inroads in the opponent's stronghold. You see, he even tried to move beyond Kenya. He went to China for some benchmarking. He tried even to put UDA House into order. But UDA has many interests, just like ODM. So he has been chased away. That's our politics. That's the nature of politics. Let him he's still young, he can find his way. Maybe 2027, 2032, might be somewhere. But we wish him all the best.
Okay, Mr. Kiplimo, if you can remember very well, Cleopas Malala was in ANC. And actually, that is the party that he used to vie for the gubernatorial seat of Kakamega, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I think from also where I sit, he did some good job. But again, what do you really think, Mr. Kiplimo? Because from where I sit, I feel that Cleophas Malala didn't really understood the UDA not manifesto, but I mean their constitution and why it was even made, or why the people came up with it. Because this is a guy who was in another party. He was just appointed to be Secretary General from nowhere. He was actually forced to resign. He was also, do I say forced, or he was asked to resign from another party, and then he came to become a Secretary General. Mr. Kiplimo, what's your take on this? Do you really think
I,
was it just used so that this appointment of him being a Secretary General was just to since they were being asked to fold ANC? Did the president have some plan of bringing him back to UDA to get hold of him as he was doing something, trying to fold up the ANC party? Was it a political move that he
yeah,
used to
yeah,
finish the ANC party?
yeah. Normally where you are, maybe let me bring a secondary school perspective. Normal, when students go for strike, normally the well-known student is the first casualty, the first suspect of those who planned the strike. And Malala, being the loudest in ANC, was the first person to join UDA. And remember, William Ruto is a very intelligent politician. He made sure that before anybody else let us lure Malala with the Secretary General position. And that was it was a long betrayal. Malala was betrayed in the first instance when he was appointed SG UDA, because physically was in UDA, the spirit is in ANC. Another person who was forced to join UDA is Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja. He was in ANC, but he was forced to fold his party and join UDA because of the matrix in Nairobi, the influence of the Kikuyu votes, and also the two Luya candidates. But I think Papa messed up when he replaced.
Proceed. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah,
Proceed.
If ODM could front at Timo Anyonyi, today's this guy, anaitwa nani? Hello.
Yes, proceed. You can hear you.
Yeah, I'm saying if ODM could front a team Wanyunyi, Kavan Sakaja could not be the governor of Nairobi today. And Malala expected something of a cabinet secretary after the cabinet reshuffle. So it is not by surprise, because if you remember like 5 months ago, Mutai Kaika, governor of Nyeri, said the position of Secretary General must be reserved for people of Mount Kenya. So Malala saw this thing as had been ousted before, and even today, it is just a group of political surrogates who have just come and stormed the party and said, Joy Kalende announced himself as the new Secretary General. And that is the problem we have in this country. We have to constitute our political parties properly. The notion that we are uniting our people. Kenyans are not divided. It's the political class that are divided. So they're using Kenyans to say we are uniting our people because the democracies in our political parties. You see, if Ruto is now the owner of UDA, Raila is owner of the ODM. So the young leaders who have different opinion might not have space in that party. And also, you see, for 1 to 5, maybe for MP, you need to pay 250,000. Those are some of the things we should review and shoot. Because who says if you don't have 250,000, you are not a leader? We have seen independent candidates. So we should bring amendment on Political Parties Act to give room for young leaders. You know, we have been saying youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and tomorrow is now. We no longer have another tomorrow. So the issue of Malala should go one step back and redefine his political future. And you know, Malala was what competed against the Fernandez Baraza. So you don't ignore him. Don't ignore Malala in the next political paradigm.
Yeah, and
Yes,
again,
Nkodi.
one thing that we should also note about Malala is that, when he was the Secretary General of UDA, I think it is right to note that as he was sitting, he was like actually a cabinet secretary, because if you would attend cabinet meetings, if he would be treated like cabinet secretary, he had his car always had a flag similar to that of cabinet secretary. He had bodyguards. So I think it's going to be a serious loss to him, and I don't really think it's gonna be. It's going to take it easy, and if maybe the government, if William Samoei Ruto, the president of the UDA party, doesn't give him something else, I think it's going to get into a serious position, and he'll maybe focus on uniting the people of Western the way they have started with the governor of Trans Nzoia, Mr. Natembeya. So I think he's also a very clever politician. He has similar characteristics of William Samoei Ruto. So politically, he is still young and he has more that he can still achieve. Uh, we talked about political parties. The other day, we saw the political party registrar, Nderitu. She said that the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya does not allow certain use of certain words or phrases when forming a political party. There are so many young people who have approached who are in the process of coming up with a political party, but the name that they were using was the Gen Z political party. Most of them used Gen Z within in their wording, and so the registrar said that politically and constitutionally it is not right. So they were denied a chance to register a political party because she argued that if they proceed to come up with a party with the name Gen Z Political Party, it would mean that this party would not welcome everyone to be on board. It will only welcome specific people from specific generation. Meaning, if anyone who is older who maybe had wanted or wished to join the party, they would be blocked. So she refused to continue that, and then these young people got mad. They were told to go back and come up with better names. She also confirmed to the people that several people had approached the political party to come up with the party, but they were all rejected. That reminds me of reminds me of the process that took us. I remember sometimes back we started forming a political party, and the process of registration is not easy. It takes time. They would want you to first come up with meetings. You have to come up with minutes, and those minutes it has to indicate that you, as a group, you've decided that you're going to open a political party, and you must have leaders. You must have a physical office because they will come to see if truly you have a physical office. They have to see that there are representatives from at least half the county, the number of counties that you have in the Republic of Kenya. When it comes to choosing a political party name, it is not easy. When it comes to choosing a symbol, it is not easy. Everything is vetted vigorously. Yeah, so I wanted to remind the young people that, especially those who had a mind or a plan of coming up with a political party, it is not an easy process. It takes time. It takes time, and there are so many things that needs to be put in order. You cannot just wake up and then you want to come up with a political party name, and then you approach the political registrar and it would go through. It doesn't go that way. Yeah, so maybe I wanted to give you a chance, Mr. Miguda, to say something about the wishes of the young people, the Gen Zs, of coming up with a political party. Do you think they will go back and come up with some right name of the party, or what's your take on that?
The registered political party under Ruto is very right. And I think as Gen Z, maybe someone who tried to register that particular political party tried to hijack that name, thinking that by registering Gen Z, we'll have many members registering that party, or we'll have many, we will claim all Gen Zs to be voters come 2027. But that guy missed a point. Why did that guy miss a point? That's why we are realizing Gen Z that whatever we are doing, we are very clear. I think those people who attempt to enter that political party, they don't belong to Gen Z, because Gen Z, we are very clear. Everything we are doing, we are confined within the framework of the law. And we know very well that we do not need to register a political party based on the gender or group. For instance, Gen Zs are people who are, majority of them are below 30 years of age. So you can't have a political party which is discriminatory, discrimination that it only involves younger people. And also you need people to fight with this political party. In a political party, there are differences in age. You can have a member of parliament who is 45, who is a millennial, or who is a Gen X, or a governor can be a Gen X, a Gen Z, or future MP can be a Gen Alpha. So by you bringing a Gen Alpha or a Gen Z to the registered political party, surely, I think that was not a Gen Z idea, because most of Gen Zs are claiming to have gone to school and all of whatever they're doing. Even most of the lawyers are Gen Zs. So whatever they're doing are confident in the law. Why did the underrated say that it is unconstitutional and it's only the provisions of the Political Parties Act? Because, even just look at Kenya, we are diverse in terms of many things, culture, tribe, age. So we need to have a political party which can unify people. You see, even look at our historical parties in this country. We have parties like PNU, the Party of National Unity. You must have symbols like maybe that promote the values, the nation's values. For example, democracy. You must have things like you see ODM, Orange Democratic Movement, UDA, United Democratic Movement. So you see, there is a unity and there is democracy, and it is a movement. It's a unity. It's moving. So you don't need to bring a political party, for example, at women political party or Gen Z political party, or maybe people living with disability political party, or maybe Odinga and the outgoing politicians political party. No, you don't need to call names. Even look at our independent candidates during the previous elections. The symbol of an independent candidate must be a tool, something that everybody can apply. For example, some people are using torch, some people are using jembes. We apply jembes in our agricultural farms, you see. You need these are things people can applicable to everyone, you see, for inclusivity. You don't need to bring things which are exclusive to some people. For example, you can find someone bringing a symbol of LGBTQ. That one is not allowed because LGBTQ is not for everybody. There are some people at stake, you see. So this issue of people trying to sneak in Gen Z party, is unapplicable. It is not applicable because, according to our constitution, is very clear. Even you should look at the historical formation of political parties. There were never formations based on the discriminatory of the people, never. So I think that was not a Gen Z idea. It's someone who tried to hijack that name, pretending that maybe might have followers, Gen Zs, to form his political party, but he got it wrong. Even you, Makombura, you have your political party, DRA. It's not based on the formation of the gender or formation of the generation, you see. Even the current party, UTM, United Green Movement, you see, is a unity, it's a green movement. Green is for the environment. So you must do something that cut across for everyone. That's when it can be registered in that political party act according to the registered political party. So Anne Deritu is very right, and I support her fully.
Thank you, Mr. Magoda. Kiplima, your take on the issue of Gen Zs coming up with the political party and then being blocked by the political party registrar, Madam Han Deritu. What's your take on that? Are you in support of Han?
Mark, if I may ask you, are you sure those were agencies?
You can't really say yes or no. I can't really say yes or no because you never know. Maybe some of them are truly Gen Zs, but from what you said, that more than 10 or 7, did she say 6 or 7? A good number of young people calling themselves Gen Zs had approached the political party. They wanted to come up with a political party. That was according to her statement. So the Gen Zs, as far as I am concerned, as far as what I know, they don't have a leader. They didn't, if suppose they wanted to come up with a political party, I think it would have been announced everywhere and they would have listened to the contribution of everyone. So from where I sit, the people went to come up with this political party of the Gen Zs. These are people who had their own political interest. They are not even representing the young youths or the Gen Zs. I think that's the answer that I have for you on that.
So from my own opinion, Mark, we must redefine these political parties because For longest time, some individuals have taken political parties as private entities. Just we say it like Kanu was perceived to be for former president, then later Arap Moi, then later PNU, Uhuru inherited from Mwai Kibaki. ODM, since 2005, the referendum, ODM was formed in the year 2005 during the years no campaign referendum. Then the question is, this who is the owner of a political party? And a symbol as it is, political party belongs to the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now as the Genesis, the way we occupy parliament, I want us also to occupy these political parties and remove those who have been there and implementing poor policies, and also we review the policies in our political parties. We wanted to tell the old boys who have new ideas to incorporate in our political parties, and also they should give us the space whether they like it or not. And also, apart from that, the idea of coming with a new party, new ideologies, it's also a good idea, as long as we meet the requirements to form a political party. I think those who went to register the party was just in haste without meeting the legal requirements. So it is a good idea as we proceed. And I also want to emphasize on that we must occupy these existing political parties, because those are parties which have been funded by taxpayers' money.
Yeah, I also wanted to say something about political parties. I think as a country, the reason why we're still struggling as a country is because of the political parties that we have. We have a constitution here in Kenya, but again, the political parties have their constitution, but their constitution should not override the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. Everything that they are making within their political party constitution, it should be in accordance and with strict following of the supreme constitution of the Republic of Kenya. We've seen situation where the political parties, especially their leaders, they've been going against the constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and this is where we are messing as a country. The leadership, the leaders that we get from these political parties, or even they say the behavior that we are seeing from these political parties, they're simply not following the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. The political parties we have in Kenya, instead of them focusing on ensuring that the lives of the people of Kenya matters, instead of focusing on helping strengthen the constitution and the leadership of the Republic of Kenya, they're doing the opposite. Sometimes they're the one, if for example we give you the one that has been here with us that is well known, the Odm party. Odm party, from their honors, we are being told that it is a party that is known for fighting for the rights of the people, defending the rights of the people. But from what we've seen, they've never stood up to stand or to fight for the rights of the people. Most of times, when they're pushed to the corner, they start cutting deals. At that point, when they're pushed to the corner, they don't remember that they are representing, that they have followers, that there's so many people who are members of ODM in the Republic of Kenya. So from there, they start making deals on behalf of millions of followers of ODM. That is what we saw the other day. When ODM was getting into the government, they didn't consult their followers to ensure that their followers are also supporting them getting into government. They did not consult the people or the followers of that political party if their two deputy party leaders were getting into government. That is where we are messing. country. These political parties, they don't belong to individuals. These are national properties, and that is why they are being funded by by the taxes of the people of Kenya. So they have to respect. And this is why we also feel, the young people also feels that the political parties hacked. It should be reviewed because we've given these people too much leeway, and they're using that leeway to go against the rights of the people of Kenya. It is clear the constitution gives us right that anything that involves the republic, they have to come back to the people. They have to listen to the people so that they hear, because we are part of these political parties. Maybe Miguda, you didn't talk about the political parties. Oh, you did, right? Yeah, I think I should go to the next question. We saw the appointment of the AG for the first time. The Republic of Kenya is being seen as a benchmark in Africa and also in the world. We have the Chief Justice, who is a lady. We have the LSK President, who is a lady. We have the Deputy Speaker, who is a lady. We've seen so many posts being led by the ladies. I think this is a good move as a country, and it's one thing that we have to applaud. Recently, before we had this constitution, there was this feeling that the ladies or the women were being left out. So what the president did, I think this is something that I would say thank you to him and for listening and also following the constitution. I think it's a good thing. It gives hope to the girl child. It motivates them that anything is possible. We are past this era where people would be given, especially the ladies, that they would be given. I think this is a good move. The ladies outside, they've known that you have to work hard, and if you work hard, you will earn it. Mr. Migude, your take on the appointment of the AG, who is a lady?
Yeah, I'm coming there, but let me respond to one of our viewers who has just asked a very good question. That the Gen Z, what a very good comment. Let me compliment on the comment. That the Gen Z were doing well until some opportunistic figures started hijacking the movement. What were they all doing before? Looks like they wanted them to cook and be served when it's ready. Yeah, we were doing very well, and we have not stopped doing very well. We are still doing very well. Now, it's good now because we wanted to get the overhaul of the whole system. The whole system does not include Ruto only and the friends, including the opposition. Now we have seen them, they are opportunists, they are not with us, so they have regrouped, and also as we are regrouping, and the journey is still on, we are going to meet them on Nane Nane. So it is good that they have come together. There is nothing they're going to serve here. They're not going to eat anything here. We just wanted to get all of them in one group so that we can clear everybody out of the system. So don't worry about us. We are not doing bad, so we are doing well. Even today we had some meetings. Commenting about the issue of women being appointed into the government position, maybe like AG. I think it's the first woman to become an AG in this country. That is very good, and also being the fact that he's a learned counsel, he has passed his law degrees, he has worked very well. Currently, she was serving as the secretary at the ODPPP, Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. So I think serving as secretary, that was an excellent job, and also it's coming from the minority group, and also those who have not been appointed to this big position from time memorial. I think the other time we saw Faith Odhiambo, the LSK president, he's performing, he's outsmarting our predecessor, the likes of Harvey, Eric Teure, those who are men. So you see the way Faith Odhiambo is checking, is upholding the rule of law, is defending our constitution. So we want people like Faith Odhiambo. I cannot compare Faith Odhiambo with Madam Hotea, the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice came in as a woman, but there are women who have come to power, but they have not defended the constitution, they have not protected the rule of law. So not all women can serve, but to an extent, women do better than boys. Look at even our billionaires in this town. Most of the billionaires are boys. And also in this government, there have been boys and there have been girls. There have been male ministers and female ministers. Why is it that only male ministers end up being billionaires and female ministers end up not being billionaires? I think women to an extent they can work, they can deliver, they understand their roles to some extent. Most of these professional women. When I was in campus, most of my lecturers were women, and all their units I used to excel, and they used to be very strict, even in with cards, with exams. They could even call you at night sometimes, telling me, "Guda, read for the card, read. Yeah, I don't want you to have a retake." So this, me, I like women. I like women who are in the position of professions. I like women who have excelled in their academics because when given opportunity to do, even in campus, go back. They are excellent lecturers. If can be given opportunity to work, serve this country, they can do wonders. Unlike men, men in this country, most of them are crafty. That's why we end up with men billionaires. A man having like 42 acres, 42,000 acres of land. You see, so I think by bringing this AG is a new reform into the government system, and also we pray so hard that we can advise this government in accordance with the law, and this government also should listen to the advice from the AG. This AG, I think, will deliver, like some women who have excelled, even the previous women who have served when we were not there, people like the late mayor for Kisumu Town, Grace Ogot, people like the late Mata Wangari Madai, people like the Kilimo, the so-called somebody Kilimo. We used to study that girl when we were in primary school, Kilimo, who was fighting for FGM. So women who have served in this country, they have a very good record in terms of their work, their history, unlike men. Most of the corrupt cases, corrupt governors are men. Look at even current governors who are performing. Look at Mabei Wanga, a woman. Even the one they're struggling to impeach, this one from Meru, Kavira Mangaza, he's outsmarting these men governors. And look at the governors with corruption cases, those people who embezzle funds of the public, all of them are male. They are men. So I support this woman fully, and I wish her very best. Let her work for the people, and also support that. If there is any appointment, which I don't regret, Mr. President making this new cabinet appointment, is this for AG.
Thank you so much, Senator Kiplimo. What's your take on the appointment of the new AG? Do you think, or do you believe she'll deliver once given a green light by the parliament?
You know, the issue about the AG, the legal advisor to the president, we had a former AG, yeah? And we are not told whether he failed to advise the president or not. But the AG himself was interviewed by the Standard newspaper, and he confirmed that if it's about advice, he has advised the president very well, and it is the president to be blamed because we have a president who cannot take advice. So I think appointing a female AG, the president will only achieve to make an historical appointment, but not to deliver what is for the office she's going to occupy as per the constitution. Because J.P. Muturi was also a legal scholar, and I think Ruto maybe he knows how maybe women are very wicked. You can harass them and tell them don't come out and spill the beans. And I just wish the best because I know the name. I need to I check. Yes, the
She's
new
called Odor. What's the second
Odwar.
name? Yeah. Dorcas
So
Oduor.
Dorcas Oduor,
Yeah.
we will not blame you for anything because we know the kind of the president we know. So on issue to do with advice, legal advice, there are many court orders, and we'll just see the president if he is going to act on the court orders. So if not, we will know that it doesn't take even the advice from the legal advisor, because the legal advisor is using the constitution as the supreme law of the land to advise the president. And in that case, I want to applaud one lady, the LSK president, Faith Odhiambo, is one of the exceptional leaders we have around that we have to emulate and also incorporate in our leadership systems. The lady is bold enough and is fit for the task, and in implementation of the justice system, and also as we come to almost the end of this show, I want to tell Faith to continue seeking for justice for those who lost their loved ones during the maandamano. And my fellow Kenyans, let us keep the focus. Let us not be distracted by small petty things. I know the politicians are now bribed some political psychopaths to attend their political rallies to clap hands for them. As you saw in Mombasa, some people were afraid to attend the president meeting, so that even when the president speaks no sense, people were clapping hands. And it is so quite unfortunate at 21st century, your brain is still colonized by another human being. It's very sad.
Okay, Mr. Senator Kiplimo, I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for coming to the show. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Magoda for also coming to the show. To our viewers, we are very, very much grateful. Thanks for the support. If you're new, kindly like, subscribe, and continue supporting us. We are very much grateful. Thanks for always coming in, Judith, Ben, KJ, Gypsy Connor, Milia Thiambo, Mika Kipto, and everyone, Ignatius Onduru, and everyone not on me. There are so many of you here. We are very much grateful. Thanks for supporting us, and we ask you that you continue supporting us. You can give us, you can subscribe to the channel so that you can grow together, and we promise to always bring you an update and analysis of what is happening in the political uh, environment. But again, we are not just limited to politics. We do so much. We do anything that encourages the people of Kenya, whether you're in comedy, whether you're a musician. If you want a platform, you can always give your platform to share what you have with the people, and we'll not ask you for anything. We are just here to ensure that any young person or anybody who has something to share with the people of Kenya, we give you a chance to share it, because we know that we have to help one another. Helping one another will ensure that we all get out of the difficulties that we are facing as a people. And again, I also wanted to remind you that when we speak about politics or we do analysis here, we are not castigating. We are not speaking badly about anyone. We're just here to point out any bad things that we are seeing, and we're trying to give solution the way we think. So I saw some of you here saying that we are going against some specific people. Not really, as we are just here to remind the people in leadership of their role, something that they swore, the constitution that they swore that they would respect. We are the people. We are the people. We are Kenyans. If someone is doing
We have the
something wrong,
power.
yeah, it is right to just remind them, hey, we gave you this mandate, kindly do this. We are the people. So we don't do it in with wrong intentions. So kindly bear with us if you're new and maybe you felt that we are talking against anybody. Kindly forgive. And again, if you want to be part of Brother Benson Media, if you want us to host you or to give you a chance, you can always reach out either via text, via comment, or we have an email. If you check our YouTube channel, you'll find the mail. Or if you know any of us, you can reach out. We'll give you a platform. Whether you want to sell products or whichever, we will always support you. We can advertise for you and will not ask you for anything. So to my brothers, maybe I give you some few minutes. You say your last remarks before we end the show. Miguda.
Yeah, my last remark, and I would like to respond to one of our viewers who asked about Anne Waiguru when I was uploading about women who have been in power. So she asked that why is that Anne Waiguru is a woman and is more corrupt? I was very clear in my point. I would say that most of the profession, women who are profession. I don't think if one Anne Waiguru is profession. I don't think so. Though I don't know about her so much, but I don't think if she's professional because most of women who are professional who understand the role of society very well, they can't be in that mess of Anne Waiguru. My last remark, I would like to tell our viewers that we are just here to try to analyze and also try to look at it the way it is in this our country, the beloved country called Kenya. There's no hard feelings here. Those psychophans for Raila or Uhuru or Ruto, just come, be our viewer, subscribe. You can assist us in viewing, in comment. We welcome all those, even those negative response. We are very grateful because a response is a response. So there is no hard feelings. No one is siding for who. This is not Odinga's channel or Ruto's channels. This is your channel. You can state your opinion without any discrimination. And we are very grateful for those who have come today, those who have watched us until this hour. We are very much grateful. Continue subscribing, sharing, comment so that we can pull this together as a nation. This is a platform where you can talk without any fear or contradiction. There is no police here to shoot you. There's no court here to prosecute you. You can come here and speak your mind. So everybody, do not just be someone who's viewing. Even you, liars with our CEO, so that you can come and also you can give us your opinion. Those opinions which you are putting on the comments, those negative response, come and say they here, so that you can meet some good positive response. Otherwise, goodbye.
Mr. Kiplimo, your last remarks. Before you speak, allow me to say thank you to Mr. Peter Mbabu. Thanks for supporting us, brother. Kiplimo.
Okay. To you, my panelists, and our subscribers, and also to each and every Kenyan, I want to tell you this. We must apply the principles of liberal democracy. Let us think for ourselves. Let us not live for the leaders to think for us. Let us lead us, but let us not think for us. We must use our brains as individuals so that we can attain the goals and ambitions that we have as a country. Particularly, you have seen there is much silence from Rift Valley because people are coerced with fear of unknown. They are fearing the legs of Sudis who have been branded as modern day Biwot. So don't fear them. The moment we lose our fear, they will lose their power. And to every Kenyan, we must hold our leaders accountable for the taxes we are paying. Should reciprocate the development they are giving us. And it is not a privilege. When you see a leader just determining that are building classrooms using our taxes, that is madness. So I wanted to tell you, our viewers, let us join hands together in matters to do with good governance, and don't forget to subscribe and like Brother Benson Media. This is your home, and this is the right place to be. Thank you.
Yes, here we say your opinion counts. Yeah, to everyone, allow me to say to wish you a blessed night until tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a show. Kindly join us at around 8, and then we'll try have another one at 10. So thank you so much for being with us, and everyone have a blessed night. Thank you and bye bye.